I want to be able to see. Greetings, greetings. Welcome in, welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. When you guys get in. Um, Sorry it took me a little longer to get on. I was in the middle of doing something and it took a little bit longer than I intended. Um, for the things that he finished. So I had to wait for them to be finished, and then I had to go take a shower, and then here we are. So we're gonna do that. Um, but yeah. Other than that, where is the light tour? Oh, here, it's right here. I'm blind. Anyway, we're good, and we're ready to roll and rumble and get on with this reading. But before we do, I want to say thank you all for all the support. I love you all so much, and it means the world. I'm glad that we are able to just be here and grow and evolve. And just, dig deep. But we're going to focus on what this moon is doing. This moon is a very, very special moon. It has, because it's not just a full moon eclipse in Pisces. It's a full moon eclipse of Pisces where the planets of Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune are all out as well. So it's a very personal, very self-transformative eclipse, eclipsing out bad things, eclipsing out old ways of thinking, old patterns, old everything. It's shifting those things out, shifting that energy and throwing it away and allowing new to come in. There's just a lot of agitation coming from people because of this, because these entities are knowing that their time is up on this realm, and they're like digging in people. So if you see an increase of people being like angry and like unstable, it's because it's coming up, like with the hermit. There's things coming up from underneath the surface with these people that are pissing them off, that they're being forced to heal because they're not wanting to heal. And those who are unwilling are going to be forced. That's kind of like the bad part. You have free will of it. You can choose not to work on it, but then when it becomes present, it's just going to get hard on you. But that's kind of what's going on. But let's see what this moon's doing for you personally. What's doing for this energies around you. See who's getting removed, or what thought patterns are being removed. All these beautiful things. Actually, before we even do that, let me ring the bell, and just to allow the divine to know that they are welcome in here during this time. I thought this bell was going to be bigger, but it wasn't. And when it came in, it shocked me, but it works and it sounds beautiful and it's cute. So we're using it to enter readings. But the Tower burst in the Eight of Cups upright, which is funny because we are talking about walking away from things. And this is mental patterns, maybe even arguments. Maybe you used to really not like to argue, but you like to like, I'm picking up for someone, it was like it was like a guilty pleasure to almost get people to get mad. In a sense, to where like you can make them mad to show them like, hey, this is what you need to work on, or something like that. But there's something about walking away from conflict, or being conflictive, or just walking away from thoughts that are conflicting, people that are conflicting. Um, but with the Tower, it's like, I don't know. It's like you're making up more of your mind. Like, yes, you're with the divine, but it's like, how much are you with the divine? Are you all? Are you 100% with the divine? Or are you like 50%? How much are you? And it's like you've improved. Yeah, with the Nine of Wands, even it's like that's been your test. It's like, how much energy are you putting into the divine? How much energy are you willing to give to the divine? And it's like you've walked away from allowing yourself to be scared that the divine's not going to help you. You've walked away from this fear of, oh no, it's something bad, everything bad's gonna happen, we're all gonna explode, and it's like that energy's gone, and it's replaced with this awareness, this over awareness, where you're able to really see the depths, really see what needs to be said. Yeah, the Seven of Pentacles reverse, and there needs to be like, because it's like you're walking away from things that just aren't putting in effort. This could be like friendships, or like people who don't give you the same energy that you give. Um, or it could, it could even be like you're friends with certain people and you're like, oh yeah, I'm friends with these people, but they're not like spiritual. They don't understand anything that I talk, that I say or anything. They don't understand these things. And it's like, instead of continuing to talk about it to try and educate them, and them not like understanding it, you're just like kind of walking away from it as a whole and kind of like seeking a new, like new friends, a new avenue. And people may be hurt by this, especially with the Seven of Pentacles reverse. There are people kind of looking at you in a sour way because of it, because they're just they're bound to this energy that's in the past. Yeah, with the Five of Swords, again, these are people that are like in the past, and you might be looking back at them, looking back at certain people, places, things, activities, however, looking back at them and like wondering if that was the right move, or like, and it's not like you're worried or stressed or like exploding about it, but you're like, you'll be doing nothing, and then all of a sudden it'll come across your mind like, oh hey, like there they go. It's like you changing your life has ended up messing up a lot of other people's lives because they were running off of some sort of impression that you weren't who you said you were. You weren't something that you are. So whatever they've bound themselves to isn't you. It's what they thought you were. And they have to come to an acceptance that they didn't know who you were. They misjudged you. Some of them, they thought you were like slower than you were. Some people thought you were stupid or something. But it's like an acknowledgement of that. And it's like something that you've always known, but now it's like being projected out. So especially if people that you used to be really cool with are acting really strange around you, don't worry. Like, you're gonna be fine. It's this energy of like just coming to terms with what's really going on. Yeah, the Nine of Wands, just really people kind of realizing how much they've like kind of slept on you, because these people are being eclipsed out, and this old version of you is being eclipsed out. And even if you're doing certain things that you used to do, you're doing them now in like a more healthier standpoint, which is allowing you to continue to do those things. But it's like people can't. You're a contradiction to how people think you should be. And I'll say it like that because you're not necessarily a contradiction, because you're living what you say, which is do what you want to do, be who you are. But then these people come around and say that you had to do this or do that to be a certain way. Or to be spiritual, you can't be doing this or that. Or, you know what I mean? Like they want to come in and judge you based off of who you are and like what you say you are. And it's this energy of really understanding that, and people aren't gonna understand. We have the Five of Cups and on that was on the bottom, and that just like there's just a bunch of like sour Betty people who are just they got nothing going on. Yeah, Eight of Swords. They're just these like weird people who pop out of nowhere and say dumb shit, because these are thoughts that have ran through your head in the past. These people are just fucking stupid. Like I'm not even trying to be mean, but like they don't really have like a need to be present. And it's like that energy shift is kind of like it's aware for these people that like they just don't get it. It's nothing to do with you. They're just not on your level. And people might want to make fun of you for like being on a higher level, knowing certain things, understanding knowledge and stuff, but these people are just stuck in their old ways. They're not going to go anywhere anytime soon. They're stuck in these weird cycles. They're just drones, if you really want to think of it that way. But there's just a lot of even just unsuccessful energies kind of looking around, and it's just really like with you been in this isolation period for a while, and it's less people, it's just more people are kind of looking at you and seeing how it's okay for you, and it's more of like a reflection of all the internal work you've been looking at yourself with. You're kind of seeing people do it for themselves. People might even be talking to you differently, or some people might even be talking to you about like spiritual things or like venting to you more, and it's this way to try and like you know not necessarily connect with you, but some people are like trying to understand like what you're on, and get with the spiritual things, and other people are just trying to understand like what you're doing. But it's this grand confusion that's around you, and they almost want to make you seem like you don't know what you're talking about because they don't understand it. It's like, I don't know, they want you to feel like you're doing something wrong because they're like not quick enough to catch the memo. And it's just a weird projection that's coming out like that. So be careful of people like that in your energy, and be careful of yourself doing that to yourself as well, because we have the Six of Pentacles. There is like an equal give and take there. So whatever energy you're outputting, whatever you're going to be doing, is going to be given back to you. It's like this positive energy, this positive affirmations of being able to like connect to yourself and like ground yourself through these disconnects, because you might even be doing some cord cuttings, you might even need to do some cord cuttings, but it's something, yeah, it's something about like your heart space. It's a change of like your thoughts are no longer having this sort of control. You're more aware of your thoughts now. You're more aware where your thoughts are coming from, how they're working, how they're operating. And that in itself kind of makes you a target to those who don't know how to do that. It like it makes them, it triggers them, it makes them feel like you think that they're better than them. It's just weird thing that they go through, and it's because they're stuck in this suffering energy where they think that anything better than them is like, trying to show off to them, because all they've seen is one side, but then here you are doing this. It's a weird thing with the ego, but it's like you're realizing from the work that you're doing on yourself where these other people are coming from, and it's allowing you to like sit back more. It's allowing you to ease up and really like see what you need to do for you rather than what you're being faced with to see. Yeah, with the Five of Wands reverse, it's like you're seeing how people conform. It's like you're seeing the patterns of people, and like, oh, this is like this group of people, they did this, and then they all followed these steps, they're all there. Like you're seeing how where people failed to follow through with their dreams, and it's because you're walking through these portals where you're achieving your dreams, you're taking steps towards your dreams, and you're seeing all these other people, these past energies pop up, and people around you, um to show you what you're like, what you've already passed through, and in a sense it's trying to drag you down in a sense, but at the other sense it's trying to show you like how much power you have. It's showing you how close you are to this goal that you're trying to get to, um because it's like people are trying to sabotage you with like a lot of like, I don't know, like there's just a lot of jealous people around you, and it could have to do with like a Lilith placement in your 10th house that just makes people incredibly jealous over you for no fucking reason. Like it's just something that happens with people when they see you like that. When you have that placement, that just happens, and you might have that placement, or you might have a very strong like 10th house placement that makes people very jealous of like your ethics or how you're working. um and those are the energies that like are around you, and the divine wants you to know that like they're protecting you from it. And it's like, if you need to do anything on your own, if you feel like you need to like do a return to sender or do like a banishing or something, to go ahead and do so for that, because these people need to be cut off. Even if, no matter how you get rid of these energies, it doesn't matter, you know you're doing some form of spell work. So just allow yourself to accept that, and move forward, because it's something about even accepting, like there's still like a denial for some people about like not doing spell work or something, even if they say like, oh, I do prayers, that's not spell work. That is spell work, that's incantation. Like that's just 101. Like there needs to be an understanding of that, and that's like what's blocking you from your true power, is like an ignorance of like not accepting what it is. And you need to understand, like if you really want to have the protection that you're craving and that you're asking the divine for, you need to break those barriers off of you, because you're weakening yourself by not allowing yourself to express the full openness of what you're doing, and rather than keeping it in a box, so understanding that as well, like your power is limited by you and your beliefs, and if your beliefs are limiting you to think that something is bad and something isn't that, then it's not going to carry that same weight that you're wanting it to carry, because it's a disconnect with what you want, because you're not listening to how you feel. We have the Queen of Cups reverse, justice and strength, but I'm telling you, it's that disconnect right there that's keeping it. Like you might not like it, but that's the truth, and it's like you can live with it or you can change it. It's up to you. Like there's no issue, but like just understand like where limitations come from, and it all starts from you. And if you can't accept that, then that's the first problem. Um And you know, there's always external conflicts, but like you're always going to be the one, like only you will fully stop you. And if something is stopping in your life, it's something that you're allowing to happen. There's something that you're not pushing through, something that you're able to see a way through, that you're needing to be able to see that way through. And there's like an understanding of that, or like a working on this that you're needing to do, or that you are doing, because it is like, again, a self-transformative thing that you're going through. You're just, even like your maturity, some people might be like scared or ashamed of, or like not ashamed, but like embarrassed almost of like how like tall you stand on business. But at the same time, it's like everything gets proven. Yeah, with the Ten of Pentacles upright, the Sun reversed, the Queen of Pentacles upright, and the Ace of Wands reversed, there's just a lot of non-believers around you that you might be picking up on as well. Especially if you have like friend groups and stuff, there might be people in your friend groups and stuff, or just family or however, that just don't believe in you. But it's whatever you're saying is coming to fruition, and it's being seen, because with the Sun reversed, they're like they don't want to believe it. They're shutting you down. But the Queen of Pentacles, it's like everything you're saying is coming true with the Ace of Wands reversed, and now no one knows really what to do. So you're almost this beacon of hope for people who are still asleep or lost, who at least want to know a little bit what's going on. But for others that are like really wanting to tap in and are seeing this stuff happen, you are a beacon of hope. And it's that energy that you're really needing to step into, is understanding who you are. Even if you don't feel like you're doing anything, the fact that you even help people in a spiritual way, that still spreads that energy. You know, with the Five of Pentacles reversed, there needs to be like an understanding of like how powerful you are, because again, you're keeping yourself out by some of these thoughts, like, oh, I'm not changing anything, or I'm not doing anything. It's like it's those things that you're doing that's putting a spell over you. And then, doing that, some people end up, projecting that someone else is doing that work on them, when it's really just them themselves. It's like, you got to watch out when you do those things, because sometimes it's really just you stopping yourself. And instead of really admitting it and being honest, you kind of want to project that on the other people, because that's like what we've been taught to do all the time, even, but regardless. With the King of Wands, it's about stepping into your power and moving forward with this new version of yourself, really owning who you are. And it is like a shedding of skin. This even just might be putting your foot down harder than you usually do. This, like, just being more strict, being more blunt, saying what you mean. And if no one likes it, then it's their fault. Like, you're really stepping into your true power. And just allow that to overcome. Yeah, with the King of Swords and Three of Wands, because there's something that you're seeing clearly inside of you. There's some sort of irritation, like, I'm just tired of certain people doing some shit, and I'm just done. Like, I want these people to stop doing shit. And the divine's telling you, good, that agitation is supposed to push you to do the things that you need to do to get these people to stop doing what they're doing. And this Five of Cups is like, there might be some regret because you know what you have to do, but at the same time, it's for your own good. It's for your protection. It's for your nurturing. So standing in your own power with that regard as well, and not letting people push in your energy, regardless of if they're doing it physically or spiritually, mentally, however they're doing it. There needs to be like a pushback, a limit, like a boundary that is set hard, despite how pissed off someone may get, or despite, you know, how it may feel, how the other person may feel about it. It's these boundaries that are going to keep you in this safe energy. And there's some people who have this, yeah, with the moon popping up here. I didn't even realize the moon was up like that. But with the moon being up, it's really saying like a lot of people have this like inner issue where they're like, they get barked at. It's like, no, no, that's your ego. You can't do that. That's your ego. That's rude. Like, that's not your ego though. Like, you're used to being a pushover at that point. You're used to being a people pleaser. Like, oh, I'll just let them, you know, be my beanbag, you know. But it's like, you're not supposed to do that. You're supposed to stand up for yourself. And there's this energy where you're standing up for yourself, and you're speaking for yourself, and you're standing your ground, and you're stepping into this power where nothing can really budge you anymore. Where if you're not gonna move unless you want to move, unless you want to do something, nothing's gonna happen. Yeah, with the Two of Swords reversed, there's no more mixed thoughts. There's no more like battling thoughts. You know what you want to do there. You know what you need to do. And it's just like a matter of you doing it and allowing the energy that you're given from the divine to be used for that reason, for that purpose, I should say. But what else is going on here, Spirit? What else is going on here, Spirit? Ooh. You know, the Empress, the Magician reverse, and the Hierophant reverse. Yeah. So there's this nourishment that needs to happen for you to be able to manifest or feel the magic or be able to properly work with yourself, you know? Because there's something that you want to work and you have it's like with the Hierophant even coming out, you have the keys. With it being in reverse, you're not using the keys correctly. You're not at the right place. You're not in the right energy. You're not holding the key right. So there's a need to nurture yourself because there's this panic. There's this, oh, I need to do this now because if I don't do this now, everything's gonna crumble energy. There's this, oh, like I'm scared about not being, you know, I'm 5 minutes late. Like it's okay. Bring balance to that. Allow yourself to know that you're doing what you can. Like don't stress out too much. Um, be lenient with yourself because there's this energy where you're like, you almost want to be held up higher than you are. Maybe so for some of you, you might have been treated like little your whole life, and it's this energy of like, no, I'm fucking big and tough. Let me do it by myself. Let me do this. And for some of you, it's just like no one's really believed that you can do certain things. So you're like you've become almost an overachiever, but you're very humble about it because it's like I'm just doing it because I know I can. But people see you in this overachieving energy that's very humble. It's like this this acknowledgement of that who being who you are. You're not necessarily doing it just for yourself. It's almost like to prove to someone on a very low like basis that like, hey, I can do this and I'm proving to you that I can do this and that you were wrong about me. It's like that type of energy doesn't need to remain there anymore because you have with the Three of Pentacles and the Chariot, you're able to move forward with this new plan. There's a new idea, there's new energy that you're supposed to step into. There's this new energy that's being present to you, that's being born. There's this new idea that's coming to you, and you have the ability to drive the vehicle. But it's like, don't drive the vehicle when you're upset, because with the Page of Wands reverse, it ends up adding some sort of like weird energy to what you want to manifest on the external. It's something that you need to think about because this might be an energy that's around you that you're projecting or that you're dealing with. But again, that it needs to come into balance. There's this reunion with self. There's this balancing out of just understanding the whys, the real whys of it. Of really why you're doing anything, and you know, just acknowledging it, and if you're uncomfortable with it, changing it, and if you're not uncomfortable with it, not doing anything, but just being aware of it, you know. So a lot of people don't like being aware of what they're doing, which is sad. And it's because they're afraid. They don't know what they're doing, so they're afraid because they know that what they're doing probably isn't the best, or the nicest. So they want to be like, oh no, I don't have to look at myself. Like that's what a karmic would say. Like, no, that's what healing is. You just don't want to look at yourself because you know you've been a bad person, like just like everyone else on this earth has, you know. Like, yeah, you're a good person, but you've also done bad things. Like, you can't escape that. To even neglect that would just to be to lie to yourself, and that's an egoic thing where you're trying to protect yourself from the truth of the matter, you know. um it is okay just to accept those things, and if you can't accept that, there needs to be a learning of how to, because that's keeping a lot of things from coming towards you. But the world, the Six of Pentacles and the Ace of Swords, again, like, yeah, because there's this cycle that's being complete of like, again, like where you no longer are going to work for less. Like, you know what you're worth, and it's like, I'm just not going to overwork. Like, if I'm not receiving anything, then I'm not going to be doing much until it's like, it's this actual like balance. Like, it's really a good boundary that you've set energetically, because you're no longer in this light slave energy where you're overworking or you feel like you're overworking. You're now setting a boundary of like, I'm going to do this and this, and once those things are done, they're going to be done, and I'm going to wait for something else to come to me. Until then, I'm not going to do much else unless I got to, unless I feel called to. and it's that energy that you need to get into, because it's almost like you do extra work, you do extra light work, you do extra healing. As Seven of Cups reverse, to try and get something sooner because of it, like an impatience. You're like, oh, I want to get something now though, and the divine's like, well, if you get something now, I mean, you can with the Page of Pentacles, you can, but with the Hermit reverse, it's not going to be very abundant. Yeah, the Ace of Pentacles reverse even on the bottom. It's not going to be something that you want. But again, it's like this fear of scarcity, of lack, that pushes you to this energy of like, oh, I need this now. And the divine goes, okay, we'll let you have it now. But as we said, it's not going to be as good as you want it to be. It's going to get you through, but it's not going to be as grand as it should have been, you know? Yeah, with the Queen of Pentacles reverse. And that's why some things aren't looking as bright as they uh should, as you should, you know, as you deem they should be, or why certain things are a little bit wompy, or like you know, wiggly around the edges. It's because of that rush energy, of that panic of, oh, I need this now, though, because if I don't get this now, then I don't know what I'm gonna do. With the ace of the energy again, and it's like being aware of how you're using this energy, being aware of these things, 'cause it's your energy. And some people might do this subconsciously without even knowing, but it's like it's the process of being consciously aware of it that really shows you how you're able to turn a situation around quickly at any point in time, very, very quickly be able to switch your situation around. You had the Four of Wands reverse and the Four of Pentacles. There's been a lot of fours. There's been a lot of fours, and that's a lot to do with the physical world. So there's something about the physical. There's something that's not working with the physical at all, and it's like, it's again, it's about a disconnect of work. Like maybe you're not getting enough bang for your buck. You know, you're not walking enough. I mean, you're not gaining enough for the work you're putting through, or maybe you're not working enough in um your needing to get back on it. Like there's this energy of an imbalance. But again, this imbalance almost comes from you and the way that you think. This way of thinking that you have with money of, oh, I have to work extremely hard and wear myself out before I can get any sort of income, like that needs to be seen and evaluated and known that that's not true. It needs to be more innocent. You need to have a more innocent view of the world to allow yourself to prosper. This inner child energy, that when it fully takes over, you end up being in this new reality. It's the Five of Swords reversed and the Seven of Pentacles upright, though. It's really like not, it's because you're not looking back at those inner child thoughts, because they do pop up, but there's something about, oh, it's too silly, or no, I don't want to do that because that's just stupid, or like it's something about it being too childish or too silly or too like out of reach for you to do work on it, and you keep poking at things that are growing instead of doing this inner child work. um and there could just be like an embarrassment. Maybe you're just scared to do something. Maybe you're scared to do something by yourself. And it's just energy of like not letting that fear be fear. It's that energy isn't fear. That energy is just an intense energy. That energy could be excitement, but then you claim it to be anxiety. So then it's anxiety, you know? You do not know the difference between excitement and anxiety. The brain does not know the difference. It is the same energetic pulse. The brain does not know the difference between the two. However you react is how it's going to act. If you can understand that and see that and know that, you'll understand that when that increase of energy comes, it's not to make you anxious, it's to show you something is going to happen, something big is going to happen. So we're prepping you up. We're giving you this energy to keep you alive and revitalize you, so you can be prepared for whatever you need to do. It doesn't mean it's bad, but it's preparing you for whatever you need to do. And it's just like, oh, but like it feels like anxiety, and it's because you've been told by someone that that feeling is anxiety. You didn't know what that feeling was until someone told you what that was, or like, oh, do you feel like this and this? Well, that's anxiety. Well, why? How is that anxiety? Why is it not anxiety when it's called excitement? Like, let's get real with it. It's the same thing. It's dependent on how you act with it, though. It's this. It's the energy, and that's the whole thing of being an alchemist is understanding how to do that. And that it's hard. Now, let me tell you, this is all easier said than done. I understand that tenfold. So don't be poking at that tree. I understand that, but it's the seed that's being planted. It's that understanding of like that is true, and even if you can't do it, it's okay. It's that understanding that seed is now there. That seed is now verbally planted in there, and you're able to you're able to move forward. You're able to see things in a more clear, in a more bright way. So we have the Queen of Swords reverse and the Two of Pentacles upright, and that is again like it's just not knowing how to juggle, not knowing how to transmute, not knowing how to keep things um in a line on a circle. Trying to keep things like afloat with the Five of Wands. Even this is like fighting yourself in the Star again. The Five of Wands and the Star again want to come out. So it's like fighting yourself, fighting these dreams. Um, it's like you have these dreams, but you're almost like you have to really fight yourself with it. Because it's like if I do this, then I know that people are gonna do these things, and it's like these defenses, these barriers that you've put up, have prepared you to take this last leap. Like you have been led up to this. It's been a process, and now that you're at these final steps, it's like the leap is there. It's like to take, like how am I gonna take this leap? But the temperance being on the bottom too, like it's this coming together that you have to do. It's the collecting yourself and being ready to jump. Um, and not letting that fear stop you. It's about really allowing the excitement to come back to you. That inner child energy needs to flourish, to grow. And again, it's also something about like your guides. Your guides have been trying to tell you, and you might have been finding your guides because you're not sure about why you need to do it a certain way or why that's gonna work. It doesn't make sense to you. And some things don't need to be made sense of at that time. Some things just need to be domino effects. And I understand like you want to know why for everything, but sometimes the divine is just not gonna tell you, you know? And sometimes you won't even ever get an answer because it's something you need to experience and not be told. So understanding that as well, if you're not getting an answer from the divine, it's because you need to experience something. It's something that can't be told to you. Even if it was told to you, it would not have the impact that is needed for the change that you need. So it's gonna have to put you through that experience so you see the change, feel the change, and not only all go through it, but you're able to explain the change to other people, but not in the way of like explaining what happened, but in a way of transmuting, not transmuting, but transferring that energy to others so that others can go through it too. The Knight of Swords to the Three of Swords, because again, planting these seeds, just talking about it, putting that vibration out there helps other people do it. And that's part of the healing process. And it's about really stepping into your power and doing what you need to do. And no matter who it reaches, no matter what it does, it's still going to cause the effect that it needs to see. With the Page of Swords, it might not be logical. It might not make logical sense. It might not even see it. It might be like, well, how does it even make sense? Like, how am I making a change if I'm only like, if one person's only seeing it? And again, it doesn't have to make sense. It's working with the divine, with the Eight of Pentacles reverse. It's to keep you from overworking. It's just overworking energy. It's just everything has to have like so much more extra work. Nothing can be simple. It's that thinking process that you're stuck in with strength in the Two of Cups. And again, this is why you need to nurture your thoughts. This is why you need to connect with yourself and really be like, no, it can be this easy. I just have not experienced it being this easy yet. You know, the reason why the people who the families that stay rich, the reason they stay rich is because they are told, growing up that it's their birthright to have money. It's all these things to be rich and to have all these blessings and wonders. Like they're told that, and we're not. Most of us were not told these things, so it's hard for us to even grasp the idea that we can just get what we want without doing much. And it's just rewiring of the brain that you have to do. So it's hard, of course, and just know that the divine sees you. This is not the divine telling you that you're doing bad. That's if you feel like this is that kind of message. That's your ego. understand that. If you get anything bad from this message, that is your ego. They don't want me telling you that. They don't want me telling you that. It just started refreshing when I said that. Anything bad projected from this reading is your ego. It's not bad. It's your ego trying to keep you from changing. It's your ego trying to keep you stood still. And if you're gonna fall victim to your ego and stay mad and do that, then that's your choice, and you can stay that way on that path of fate where you keep going in these cycles. If you want to get in your destined path and move forward, you might want to listen to what I'm saying, because it's going to help you get on that path to the higher fit and justice. This is the key to your justice. You know, I don't just go up here. I don't just talk about stuff. I don't just come live and talk about this shit. This is the work I do. This is the same work that I do on myself. And despite how, like, you want to look at the physical, it doesn't matter. Because I myself, it doesn't matter about the physical or materialistic or anything like that. I myself am fucking at my best, at my peak. So again, it's like not looking at the physical for things and really looking at you, see how you are. Because if you're okay, then your surroundings are definitely going to be okay. Because that means you're able to manifest easier with you being in that energy. It gives you that power over it. I'm telling you, with the Hermit and the Moon, it's this deeper knowledge that's inside of you that you need to draw up from inside of you. All these things are inside of you as well. You just need to dig deep enough and get to these points to really see it and realize it. Some of you have already hit that point, of course, and congratulations. And some of you are working on that, and congratulations. I wish you the best. On the journey to keep no, on your journey forward, because it's something that liberates you. It really gives you that higher freedom. It's really, coming to yourself and really, getting balanced with yourself. With temperance, it's all about freedom. It's all about really freeing yourself from the shackles that have been put on you, since day one. So just allow yourself to understand that you are going through a lot of changes, a lot of metamorphosis, a lot of just a lot of new energy in general is coming to you. It's changing a lot. You might even have like eating habits that change up. You might not like certain foods anymore. You might not be able to handle certain processed foods anymore, I'm hearing as well. But it's about, some of you might even be bloating. That bloating is gonna end soon. If you are bloating, that bloating's ending soon. It's just because of this moon. It's something about like the way your digestive system works with the moon cycles. It usually gets bloated around this time, but it's something about the eclipse and it being a super moon. It's just fucked up. Um, but Judgment, and the King of Swords. There's something about really seeing how true and how true you how I gotta, like, you need to realize how much truth you speak or how much power you hold. There's a lot of scythe, like, you cultivate. Like, you need to understand how much power you really have within you. You have a lot of, and it's like, it's this potential energy. It's this energy that you haven't learned to tap into and unlock yet. Yeah. But the Eight of Pentacles upright and the Seven of Wands reversed. It's something that you're working on trying to do, but it's like you're jumping too quick. You're moving too quick. There needs to be a need to slow down with it, because there's something about, if some of you might even know about an upgrade that you're getting, that you're working on, that's gonna be really big for you. But there's a need to take it slow with the sleep. Yeah, because there's something about this, it's gonna transform a lot with you. But the Seven of Swords reverse, you really need to slow down, because it's something about thinking that you can cut corners, or thinking that you don't need to go through certain phases because you've already learned that lesson. But you need to go through those cycles. You need to learn those lessons regardless, because if you don't learn them, then you're unable to move forward, with this Ace of Swords reverse. And that's kind of the thing, like, you can not pass the test and still kind of move forward in this energy of being together with yourself, but there's a need to pass this test or you're not going to move forward, because it's going to show you your growth. It's going to put you in this new cycle where these old energies can't be coming from you anymore. Yeah, with the Three of Pentacles, because you need to start working with the energy, together with it, with the Queen of Pentacles, nurturing it, working together with the forces around you instead of letting the forces push you around and sway you, because you're on the same level as these energies that are coming. Well, you're higher than the low vibrational ones, of course, but this energy that's coming towards you, you're able to handle. It's coming to you now because you're in a state of being able to handle it, but it's this oh, I don't want to do this right now. I just can't do it right now. And that energy needs to stop, needs to not exist, because that's keeping you from getting these level ups, from getting what you're wanting to, um from the divine, from your wishes, your manifestations, however you're doing. And it's like you might even know that, but you're trying to find a workaround, but there is no workaround. Like, again, it's just stepping into your true power and knowing like what it really is. Yeah, the Ace of Wands reversed, because it's just it's causing like a lack of knowledge in self, a lack of belief in self, a lack of just being comfortable what things are called. You know, that imbalance that it causes inside of you. And that's not to say that you have to switch up what you're saying. There just needs to be an understanding that that's what it is. You can choose not to call it, but there's like a need to understand that that's what it is. It's respecting the art. It's respecting the energy, and that like lack of respect of seeing it how it is giving you that same energy back. So you're needing to be able to like really see it, especially because you're at this point where you're supposed to see that. And if you're just not ready to see it at that point, then I suggest turning back until you're ready, because there's gonna be this gap that's not gonna be there, and you're always gonna feel like you're falling short if this just higher understanding isn't, God. And again, you don't have to switch up how you're saying anything, but again, if it's just, again, the world to the high priestess, it's just knowing it to move forward. It doesn't, it doesn't matter how you would feel about it. It's the truth. It's what it is. You can feel it any however you want to feel about it, but you know, you have to be able to move on and just mature, and not be caught up on like, oh, I just don't like when people call it that. Like, it's okay if you don't like when people call it that, but it's called that for a reason. People wouldn't be putting it in those categories if it wasn't that. And it's different from like the egoic or the social construct category and the actual category of which it is. And again, it's just the more true, the more raw you can be with yourself, the more open, the more transparent you can be with yourself, the better things are gonna be for you. Because right now it's this like with the Queen of Wands, just this way that you're moving forward in this energy, it's the way that you're nurturing it that's causing this weird like bump in the road with the Wheel of Fortune reverse. You know, because you have to remember that words have power, and the original use for words matter when you use them. And you could be saying something completely wrong. You could be putting an action that you're doing in a completely wrong category, which is something you're against, which is why it's not working, because it's, again, your beliefs. It's like these things you have to understand. You can't just subscribe to a belief without knowing what it is. That's just blindly jumping into something because you're lost and you're looking for a sign of hope. You need to understand that what you're in. You need to understand what you're doing here. You need to understand why why you're here, because if you're not, you're going to be bound to something that you're not really able to control, and it's going to irritate you. It's going to irritate the masculine. It's going to irritate the thoughts. It's going to make things seem weird, and it's because you jumped into something blindly. And this goes for anything, not even just that, but again with the Six of Cups, it's going to be passed around for anywhere. Connect with yourself and understand the reasons for why you're doing things, for anything, because it's going to help you understand more of why. It's going to bring more of the energy that you need to either stay or leave. With the Seven of Cups reverse, and again, it's this energy that you need to understand, so you're not jumping to the quickest next best thing, because that's not what you're supposed to do. That's like this poor manifestation. This is where what you would deem like a black magic attack would be, but it's really just a poor manifestation on your behalf, because your external is only manifested by you. And if you're under the pretense of certain things, and those things are going to happen, of course with the star as well, like that's your power. You're able to transform things with your thoughts completely. Even though external things may happen, they're not going to be as upfront open. You're able to control them more because they're in your energy, they're in your realm. Understanding these things as well is really going to help you, because it's something really about either not knowing where your power comes from, not knowing how to use your power, or not just not understanding like what it means to be in your power or something of that nature that needs to be understood or and just explored. Like you need to be able to explore it yourself. So be able to do it on your own because the divine needs you to find that curiosity again. And it's like this energy of like, oh, I don't want to explore anymore. I'm tired of exploring. It's like that's why you're not getting this same energy back because you're putting out this energy of tired of lack of like I don't want to do this. So then it's giving you that same energy of, well, I guess we could do this, but I don't really want to, so I'll half it with you. You know, I'll give you partial of what you want. It's like you need to understand, like, at these higher levels of being, you get what you give. With the Ace of Pentacles and the Eight of Cups, I'm serious. If you when you know, this is the energy, this is the power that you've been like asking for and asking the divine for. It's what you've been needing, and it comes with this responsibility and it feels like there's not a want for that responsibility for some people. So you're not even wanting the power for the right way. And that's why things aren't working out for you because the divine knows that what you're doing isn't in the highest intent for you. Um, and for others of you, it's you're doing it for the right intents, but but you're not aware of like what the right intent is. And thank you for the donation. I love you to the moon and back tenfold and forever. Um, but even if you're, you know, let's say you're doing it for the right intents, but you're still ending up doing it wrong. This is why you're doing it wrong because you're not believing in yourself enough. You're not allowing your inner child to explore more, to be more rambunctious, to be more open, to be more transparent, to be more safe. And if you are doing this, then you need to be able to stay on this steady track of being able to keep your mind straight and really push forward and be like, I'm doing it still. Like, even if I don't see anything happening on the physical, that just means there's a lot of stuff happening in the spiritual right now, and that's fine. And what I need to do is pay attention to signs, listen to my intuition, move at my own pace. Um, but don't allow outward distractions tear you down. Don't allow internal distractions tear you down. Allow yourself to stay on your path. Take your breaks. You know, do what you need to do. And there may be some indecisions. You know, again about like what needs to change around or what needs to be nurtured. There is a lot of confusion about that because there's a like for some of you you've never thought about this or and for others of you you've kind of nurtured everything that you've thought that you've needed to, and now it's more of like what do I need to do now, and now it's more of if you're on the page of like what do I do now because I've nurtured everything, it's more of just continuing just to nurture yourself instead of nurturing your thoughts and these other things, being able to really relax with yourself, going easy, you know, getting the foods that you want to eat for a minute, you know, slacking off for a while, really allowing yourself to wind down and relax. And for those that are looking for what you need to heal on, doing third eye meditations are really going to help do that because it will allow you to perceive things better. It will open your perspective. It will let you see outside the box. You'll look outside this window and you'll see more of the image that's around you. That will help you towards these next steps. That will help you toward this higher healing, which will show you the answers to what you need to do. Um, and again, some of it is just, you know, being strong enough not to choose something else. So again, it could be like, oh, I need to go to the store to buy this, to like buy milk, okay? But I also have to like go get a haircut. And it's like you don't need to get a haircut, you just kind of want a haircut, but you need to go get the milk. It's like make sure that you're sticking to plan. Go get the milk, don't do anything else. Like stick to your plan, stay solid. Don't choose these other options because there does seem to be like when you make your moves, it's like you instantly get tested by the divine once you make your move. Like something new pops up. Oh, hey, do you want to do this? Oh, hey, let's go do this. Or, oh, look, this is a new idea. Let's do that. And you're confronted with it. And it's like, well, I kind of want to do this now too. And you expend your energy on those things that aren't on the right path for you. These are pop ups. These are, you can call them side quests that you don't necessarily need to do. You know, they're like junk quests, if you could say it like that. They're just distractions to keep you from getting to where you need to get, and realizing that when they happen and being like, you know what, this is a distraction that's going on in my life, I need to ignore this. This is something that's just trying to drain my energy and get me to not focus what I need to do. Let me focus on something else. With the four of cups on the bottom, even that, like, that's really like, yeah. And the hangman reverse is like, you know this but you're not sure how to avoid this. And again, that's where this third eye meditation is going to come in and really broaden your horizon. It's going to make you see outside the box to not only see but understand how you need to, what you to do, what you like, the energy you step forward into, because you're unable to see it, but it's like this action where you want to work on it. It's like you've been with this Knight of Wands energy. You've had this feeling, this nudge to work on these things for a while, but you just haven't found out what it is, how to get to it yet. And it's, you know, this energy with the Knight of Wands is like it's still there for you. But when you find it out, it's like this energy of like, oh, I need to work on this now. Let's work on it now. Let's heal from this. Let's, you know, let's talk down and do these meditations that we need to do. And thank you so much for the donation. It means the world to me. I love you to the moon and back. Thank you so much. But it's really stepping into that energy and understanding that, and loving that, and connecting deeply with that part of you that knows what you need to do, when you need to do it, how you need to do it, and allowing it to operate. It's the joy of the inner child really just existing and being free. All right, let's see. What else is going on here? Anything else? Ooh. So we have, yeah. So we have veil and karmic path with protection. So now it's like you see this karmic path, and this karmic path is not really a path of where someone's being mean to you. It's more of like a lesson. Karmic meaning lesson. You're learning this lesson, and you're protected from it because you not only are seeing this lesson, but you're seeing how it's coming to you. With time, air, death, and grounded, it's time to, it's time for this to almost come back around. It's time to get tested again. It's time for this thing to change. Either you vocalizing this is going to change, it's something about communication, or like you saying something's gonna end, or you listening to the voice and being like, you know what, I'm going to do this, or thinking that you're going to do something and staying grounded in that energy. And it's going to be difficult, of course, but again, this is part of the growth cycle that you're part of. This is part of your growth, and you are growing, and you're doing a wonderful job. It's it's hard work though. No one said it was going to be easy. It's hard work, but you're doing great, and this is the divine really just coaching you through it, and showing you and helping you transmute and know what you need to do, when you need to do it, why you're doing what you're even doing, why are you even thinking this way. Maybe some of you just like woke up one day and started thinking like this randomly. It's like because you're growing, because the divine needs you. The divine needs you to wake up to this higher consciousness, to raise the vibration for others, because not many people are on this wave. This is the power that you hold. You are the path makers. We are the path wakers. We are the ones who have this higher understanding that pave this way for others. It's not easy for everyone. So we have to step up to this energy where we pave the path because we understand what we're doing. We understand this higher knowledge. We understand this higher navigation. And that's what you need to do. Yeah, this new moon energy. Something about the new moon. Yeah. Okay, so we have new moon, friendship, knowledge, and fire. So there's something about either a fire sign knows something, or you're a fire sign that knows something, or something about passion. There's something about on the new moon. You found out like a friend's passion on the new moon that we had. You know, it's something about like a passion being ignited, or a fire sign being a friend with you. But again, we have past life, full moon, soulmate, home, truth, and message. So it's something about this full moon. It could have to do with like a message being sent to you. Um, it could have to do with like maybe a friend, or like someone, or a soulmate's not gonna know like that you had a past life together. Maybe you're gonna be moving in with this soulmate around this time, but there's some sort of truth. Someone's gonna be sending you a message of truth, and there's just something that's gonna ground you. This could even involve like an earth, air, and fire sign. It could involve those signs. Those could be the signs that are about to, you know, be together, or those could be the friends, or those could be the, you know, one sign, one person's signs. You know, take it as it resonates. But there is this coming together, this union, and it feels like soul tribe. It really does feel like a soul tribe. But it feels like one of those things in like a soul tribe where like the like where there were like two people in the tribe are dating, and those two people are like the lead, I guess you can call like the leaders of the high standards of the tribe. You know what I mean? It's giving one of those. It's giving that kind of energy that you're about to step into, or you're about to like embody. Yeah, we have the central heart partnership, soulmate, clarity, heart guides. I'm telling you what I'm feeling. It's something about a soulmate coming in. It's something about an energy of love coming in. It's a heart opening coming in. Um, and it's just beautiful. We have third eye 333, truth revealed, work wise, not hard, magician. Look, I'm telling you the truth. I don't know what else to tell you. Like I really come up here and just and tell y'all how like what's going on with the divine and what the plans are. You know, I try to keep everyone up to date my best. It's really like I'm telling you verbatim the truth. Like it's this higher knowledge that you're stepping into that's really like gonna wake you. We have sexual liberation, libido, artistic projects, romance, and union. You could be having a lot of like romantic feelings, increased libido, or there's something about like your passion being ignited. We have immaculate conception, time of positive transformation, and dimensional shift, manifestation, harmony, dreams to reality. And again, it's something about this transformation that's really gonna bring things to light for you. It's a beautiful transformation. And then White Lion Collective, opportunity, time of inspiration, gates opening on the bottom. And it's these portals, these gates that are opening for you, these energy portals, these gateways, these stargates that are opening for you to walk through because you have this new energy, because you have this ability to, because you're able to tap into these higher frequencies and really push forward. Um, so let's see here. What else is going on? I'm gonna shuffle 3 more times, Spirit. Okay. Y'all are crazy. I'll take the bottom. Alright. So we have Octurian light codes, evolutionary downloads, recalling power, and future thinking. If you have cut cords, expect a lot of your energy to come back. If not, I would do an energy recall regardless, but your energy is coming back. There's a lot of cords being cut, a lot of things being repaired. Um, and a lot of new downloads. You might be moving differently here soon. Like there's not even just the way you act, dress, talk. Like there's something that's gonna change within you that's really gonna show something. And it's the crown chakra upgrade, divine connection, holy experiences, and miraculous energy. It's something again about your crown chakra. You're gonna have a better connection with the divine. You're gonna be more fluent with what the divine's trying to tell you. You're gonna be more open to allowing the divine to work through you and with you. We have higher heart activation, dropping shields, divine love, your heart is healed. It's again about your heart healing. It's just heart chakra healing that needs to happen. It's this intense heart healing that needs to happen for tantric unions to even become a thing, you know? For these divine masculine, divine feminine, divine masculine relationships to come through, your heart needs to be healed on a deep level. And people think that they've healed their heart deep enough, but the divine will let you know when it's healed deep enough because your divine connection, if you have one, um well, I shouldn't say if, because I think I believe we all have one. It's just like a destined or fated path that you jump down. But the memories of Atlantis, spiritual acceleration, process, and technology. These pipe holes that you jump down, this understanding, even using technology for understanding more. But again, it's like understanding more spiritual things, understanding things on a higher spiritual level. And again, that's where this heart healing from the heart chakra comes from, this higher healing, so that you're able to have this union. Um, because the old patterns from the past can't exist in these types of unions because it's a very, I don't know, it's a very like alone but together, you know, like you're it's it's hard to explain. I don't know, but the ancestral realm, we have karmic release, healing the lineage and boundaries. This is healing these are like you're doing a lot more healing work than you want to think. A lot of people don't realize this when they heal, which is why they tend to over heal or feel like they need to do more, but you heal a lot. A lot of people do a lot of the healing, and despite how much you feel like you're healing or not, you heal a lot more than you think you do. um So allow yourself to understand that and live in that grace and and enjoy it because your ancestors are proud. Your ancestors want you to know that you have access to tools and to people to habits that they didn't even have access to, and this is allowing these releases to even happen. We have Chamber of the Violent Flame, which is karmic release and radical transformation. So you are 100% releasing a lot of karmic energy out of your life. A lot of attachments are gone. We have Akashic Records, clearing old stories, releasing past lives for freedom. I'm telling you, you're releasing everything from the past. The past no longer defines you. The past story of your life no longer is there. This energy of, oh, I can't do this, I can't do that. Oh, everything's so hard. Those things don't have to exist anymore. You can eclipse those out of your life right now. We have the Venusian Galactic Cancel. Star being guides, answer those call, time to shine. This is the call. Pay attention to the call. This is a call for you. This is a call for you to receive your justice, for you to move on to the next level. We have the divine matrix, interconnectedness, and synchronicity, and God incidences. This is again like confirmation. Synchronicities are popping up. Pay attention to them. We've been seeing a lot of fours. Fours might be a big thing for you. We have karmic board clearing, energetic clearing. Rewrite your story, live your truth. I can't make it up. Everything is like you're no longer who you used to be. You're someone completely different. And acknowledge that. Not only just acknowledge it, but see it. And not only see it, but live in it. Allow yourself to really see how natural you feel. And we have halls of learning, spirit guides, confirmation, and great lessons. These are great lessons that you're learning. And again, just ignoring people who feel like they know what's going on. It a lot of people don't know what's going on, and people that are very quick to judge are the blindest people of all, because they're not even doing anything other than keeping their head in their ass, you know. So allow yourself to just release those types of people, those energies, those projections. Where did that deck go? I can't see. It's just, I don't know where it went. Okay, well, I can't find the angel deck, so I was gonna get that, but I can't find it. It would have been on top of the thing if it needed to be used. Oh, there it is. Okay. Wow, that's funny. Thank you. We found it. We're good. We're good. We need it. We got it. We got it. Thank you, Spirit. Okay. All right. So we have Archangel Sandolphin, the miracle of prayer. Thank you, Sandolphin, for delivering my prayers to heaven. If you've made a request, prayer, or however, manifestation, spell, whatever you did, it was heard. It's accepted. It's being filled out right now. We have unconditional love with the Divine Mother. Thank you, Divine Mother, for helping me to give and receive the love I desire. We have, deserve and desire. Excuse me. Express your creativity. Thank you, angels, for helping me to express my inner creator. You know, change and transition, Archangel Azrael. Thank you, Azrael, for leading me safely through this change. Yeah, focus your mind. Thank you, angels, for helping me to focus on my priorities. You are protected, Archangel Michael. Thank you, Michael, for surrounding me with your protective light. Earth Angel. Thank you, angels, for inspiring me to be more like you. Leap of faith. I'm ready to take a leap, angels. Thank you for doing it with me. Transformation, Archangel Zadkiel. Thank you, Zadkiel, for supporting me to transform from my past challenges. And last but not least, balance. Thank you, angels, for bringing balance into my life. So, thank you, angels. Thank you, God, Mother, Father. Thank you, Divine. Thank you, ancestors. Thank you, everyone here, past, our loved ones, and all. And thank you, Collective, for being here as well. I love you all so much. Thank you so much for being here. If you're wanting some bracelets, you can go to the description and click the otter link, and use the Spirit Otter link, and use the code Sublunar20 for 20% off. If you're wanting any of my services, any readings or anything, you can email me, which is also in the description, or you could use the Google form and click on that and fill out the form, and I'll get that for you as well. Regardless, thank you all so much for being here, for all the likes, comments, shares, and subscribes, and donations, whether they are energetic or financial. I appreciate both of them the exact same way. And I love each and every one of you to the moon and back tenfold and forever. I will see you all later. Please take care.